What's up, everybody? So I've had this channel for about 2 years and I've never really properly introduced myself, so I thought it was high time. So obviously I'm Missing Lynx, and I guess how did this even come to pass? Like, how did I become a YouTuber? How did I become a musician? All that stuff. And really the short answer is that, music saved my life and changed my life over and over and over again. I remember when I was a young kid, and just life was crazy. My household was not stable, and I remember in third grade my teacher gave me this cassette tape of classical music, right? So I just turned 37, so this is a while ago at this point. And I remember just listening to this in these headphones and escaping to this world, and just like the amount of beauty and nobility and just all these emotions and experiences within the sound just showed me that there was something more than what I was experiencing in my life, and that there was something greater to aspire to. And so music was always important to me. I was in band in high school and middle school, right? I played French horn for 8 years. But it's interesting because, when I graduated high school, I got out of music. I was like, well, music's not a viable career. So I quit music. I got a degree in economics and mathematics. I did a bunch of computer programming and all that kind of stuff. And then I went and got a job in corporate finance, building financial models for years. And then that was miserable. I was like, why am I not happy? I got a good job, right? Like a good job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But I was miserable. And so my father passed away when I was 25. I quit my job, and I bought a drum, like a badass African drum from this drum maker in DC. And I just started drumming every day, and it was a completely different world, because even though I had done music for like 8 years in high school and middle school, I wasn't making any artistic decisions, right? I was just playing the notes in front of me. And so I was just like, pounding my heart out on this drum every day. And then eventually I got myself a piano, and I started improvising on that every day. And what I learned from the drum was to follow my heart, because when I first started playing piano, I was still in that, what should I do? What are the right notes? All this stuff. And I was struggling to make music. I was struggling to create art, because I was so wrapped up in my head, right? I was in this nerd school, this nerd job. I was always thinking, what am I supposed to do? What should I do? Right? Thinking at everything. And so because of that, the whole condition of my life was very misaligned, right? I wasn't listening to my heart or following my heart or anything, and I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to do and driving myself into deeper and deeper misery. And so yet again, music saved me. And it took me quite a few years before I got to do music full-time, which I am now. But I went to grad school to get my PhD in economics, of all things. That's how I came out here to Colorado. And luckily I had a lot of time to work on music during grad school, and I just eventually realized all the things that I was hoping to achieve in economics, all the things that I was hoping to achieve, which is to bind people together, to help people feel connected, understood, build community, build prosperity in the world. I realized that all of those things can be accomplished better through music, right? I realized that what people needed and still need is what music has given me, which is the ability to listen to their heart, the ability to connect with others, the ability to feel understood and unified. And if anything is going to tilt the world in favor of love and connection and harmony, as opposed to war and violence and hatred and these sorts of things, it's not going to be more war and violence and hatred and like fighting. It's going to be creating community, creating understanding and connection. And that's precisely what music does, right? It helps people learn about themselves and learn about each other and understand each other. And so this is the mission that I'm on, right? I've given my whole life to it, and to making the world a more beautiful place through music, helping people feel understood, and maybe if I'm lucky, I can save a few lives like my life was saved, and really make the kind of difference that was made for me so many times. And so that's why I got into this game. And I guess a little bit about my training. I talked about how I got back into music, but first thing to note is I'm a nerd, right? I'm a huge nerd, right? I like to know everything about everything. I love learning and researching and everything, and I love teaching. Like, I absolutely love teaching. So that's why I started this YouTube channel. If you see up there, I started a free music school called Unity, where I teach theory and instruments and stuff to the public in service of my mission, right, to save the world through music. And along this way, I've learned as much about music as I possibly can, right? Like, everything I can. And I've trained with some amazing people who have taught me so much. So I learn as many instruments as I can. I play, all, like, not all of them obviously, but all the plucked stringed instruments, and my background's in brass, and I can play woodwinds and flute and all that stuff, and drums, and obviously I'm an Ableton producer and such. And just theory galore. I trained a lot of theory with this jazz guitarist, right, and composer, and just learned lots of jazz theory because it's very technical and advanced, and I wanted to learn it all. I've studied composition with this woman who writes operas. I've been in the producer dojo with Il Gates for coming on 4 years now. I train mixing and mastering now with Seth Drake in the Approach. Both Producer Dojo, Seth Drake's Approach, you got to get in there. It's so good. Like, Seth Drake, he's Bass Nectar and Gucci Mane and a bunch of people's mixing and mastering engineer. Just a genius of his craft. So I've been training mixing and mastering with him. I train pretty regularly, like about once every other week, with KJ Saka. So if you don't know, he's the drummer for Pendulum and Destroyed, and he's a badass producer in his own right. And I'm just blessed to be able to work with him. I train with Sidecar Tommy of Beats Antique. So if you've heard of Beats Antique, he's one of my mentors, and we work together also about every other week. And lots else. I've met a bunch of musicians at this point, and it's my philosophy and my experience that we all have so much to teach each other, right? Like, we all have areas of expertise. We all have things that we're particularly skilled at. We've all got viewpoints and perspectives on things that really enlighten us about what music is and how to craft it better, right? And make the world a better place through the music that we create. So I've learned from so many people at this point, and it's my honor to be able to give that back and share some of this knowledge with all of you, right? And so I guess that's pretty much where I want to leave you, is just that I am here and I create this channel as a service to you guys. Again, I'm on a mission to make the world a more beautiful place, a better place. And as I have become more, filled with filling my life with music, as I've gone deeper into my craft and refined my craft more and more, it's a grindstone through which to sharpen my character, right? It's an excuse to give up my ego, to give up all these things that aren't serving me, because the music is more important, the mission is more important. And so to be able to support you guys in making the best music of your lives, to help you understand this beautiful, beautiful thing that is music a little bit better, right? That really lights me up. This is why I'm on this earth, right? This is why I do what I do. And so, this is why I'm in the game. This is why we founded Boombox Crush, which is a company me and my roommate, or now ex-roommate, he just moved to New York, but we're still in business together. But we started a company called Boombox Crush because we wanted to build the very, very best tools in the world to just push sound forward and make it better and better and better for everybody. All of it is in alignment of this mission. And so that is me in a nutshell. That's why I'm here. That's why I make the music that I make, is I want people to be moved. I want them to feel understood. I want to build community. And that's why I teach, right, is to help other people do the same, because I believe if anything can save the world, it is music, hands down. So that's what I got for you. Again, my name is Missing Lynx. I'm so happy that you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe here. Please subscribe to the Boombox Crush channel. I'll put a link in the description or pop it up on the screen or whatever, or both. And I love you guys sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I actually do. Thank you for fighting the good fight with me, making the world a better place for music, and just, being true to yourself as opposed to living in this space of what you're supposed to do and should do, which has clearly not been serving anybody. So I love you guys so much. Again, Missing Lynx, and thank you.